I just wanted to plop onto here and do a freestyle video because can we really talk about Mercury retrograde? I feel like I had to get comfortable real quick. I just feel like a lot of people talk about it, but can we like talk about it? Like, it has been a journey, and it feels, I don't even know the details like that. I just know we were in a shadow period. We were actually in the retrograde and some other shit, but I felt the heaviness of this whole entire thing. Like, I felt so many different emotions: happy, mad, sad, confused. And when I talk about mad, I'm talking about like really mad, like pissed. Like, I'm agitated for no reason. Things are happening in my life so fucking fast. Sorry for cursing, but like I said, this is a freestyle. This is real shit. And so many things. And I'm really trying to like think about how I'm going to speak about these things without putting my business out there. But it has brought in me to a whole new perspective about life and myself, and really bringing me back to myself. And I definitely feel, stronger coming out of it. I definitely feel like all things are possible now. I definitely feel I could achieve more with this energy. Like, it opened up my eyes to so many different things. Like, all three of these things were happening at once, and having a different perspective on life and how to deal with these things and alchemize energy, and just feel like I'm being knocked down over and over and over and over again, but still finding that way to rise up. It definitely showed me how strong I am, because it's like the things that I was going through, it reminded me so much of my past. I would say, like, any lack mindset I was holding on to is like that retrograde took that fuck out. One time, it didn't care when, how, or who. You know what I'm saying? And I do not surround myself with a lot of people nowadays. Like, back then I used to have friend groups and I'm up and down the place, and you know what I'm saying? That's not me. I would literally go to work, the beach, and home. And work, as you know, is bartending for me. So that's already kind of like overstimulating. After I have bartending, I don't really feel like going out. And if I do go out, best believe it's to karaoke. Okay? Best believe it's at Levels. Okay? But any other place, I'm not doing it. So I don't have that much people, I would say friends, in the first place, or acquaintances. Like, I wasn't taking my problems and putting it in external places. Right? So whatever was happening with me was happening with the closest people to me, and that shit took me down. It took me down. Like, I did not know how to maneuver through certain events, because this is the closest person to me. How do I still carry out this love even though I'm hurting right now? Like, it was so many different situations, and I came out of that bitch strong. Like, I did not fold. Let me say that. I did not fold, because any other retrograde I would have been folded. Like I said, I was carrying my stuff externally, so it would show up in places where I shouldn't have been in the first place, right? But since I was where I needed to be, was at home, and finding a safe space within me, I was able to alchemize all of that shit and come back stronger. So it took a hit on me financially, family wise, romantically. Like, it hit me in so many different ways. And it wasn't just me. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody I was having conversations with, even if it's like a person at the bar, a coworker, family, like everybody was going through some shit that was just deep and dark. Like, it transformed everybody's way of thinking, like, just, all of it. And the only thing I could really think of is like, yo, this retrograde is hitting hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, hard. And everybody is like, God, the universe, had placed different events in different people's lives just for them. Like, God knew what I needed to transform into a better person. God knew what my coworker needed to transform into a better person. Family, like, it was different events that people were going through, but they needed that. They needed that push, even if it was hard, like, fuck. We all needed that push. And the fact that we were all going through it together, it was like, yep, this retrograde, like, that's the only thing I could really place on, like, what the fuck is going on right now. It just felt like every day was a full moon. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how you have that full moon energy and people just be acting weird. That's how it felt. And I don't even know how long it went on for. I want to say like a good month. I gotta double check on when stuff started flipping upside down for me, but I want to say like a month or so. And it was just like event after event after event. And the fact that it was happening to people close to me, but it also happened to the island as well. Because we had a strong tropical storm. I'm pretty sure it has been a month by now. I don't know. Time be flying. But I think it's a month, and it really did some damage to the island. Not extreme like, but it was definitely impactful where a lot of things, like, I didn't even work. Like, it was just a lot of stuff, right? So I think that happened around the same period as the retrograde. But ever since then, it's like you felt this shift in the universe. You know what I'm saying? I pick up on shit like that. Because I think so deep into what is going on around me, the energy and how to really understand it, because it's definitely deeper than just, okay, I lost my job type of thing. The energy is definitely deeper than that. And I don't really, well, it is a fact. Well, people don't really see life from a spiritual point of view. And to be more specific, the energy that is around us every single day. I feel a shift of energy literally within minutes. Like, I've jumped a timeline. I'm still here, but it's like I felt like I jumped a timeline and other people don't really see it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we talk about energy and low vibrations and all type of different shit. But when you really think of how deep it is, how the universe could really just have that energy to manipulate the human experience. You know what I'm saying? And it's only for character development. It's not to stir us wrong. It's not to say life is really a bitch right now, like God does not like me. It's none of that. It's just something that we need to go through for character development. And that's what it really showed me, because it was tough for me for a minute. I was just like, what is happening right now? Like, I was just in a good spot. It kind of put me in like a dark tunnel. Like, it was like a little beam of light, and you have to really squint to see that beam of light, because if you don't squint and stay focused on that shit, you're gonna think everything is dark. Like, I felt like I went back to the old Jaya for a second. Like, this universe is testing me. And I really had to pinch and really like squint and be like, okay, where's that light? Because if I did not find that light, trust me, I would have went back to my old self. But that's what the retrograde is for. It's like you got to choose your higher self. You're going to choose your low vibrational self. Like you have to make a choice every single day when you get tested. It's a big ass test. You know what I'm saying? And when you get tested, you have to remember, don't fold. Okay. I honestly am so proud of myself for how I handled myself. And it really made me realize how many times I've folded, like folded bad, folded. And it just really showed me over those times where I have folded, I've made those mistakes, I've learned those lessons. I haven't really seen much blossom in my life. I'm also very thankful for my blessings, but a lot of stuff has its balance to it. But looking from an outside perspective and the person I am today to who I was, is like, girl, you came so far. So far. Like, and I hate the saying of, anybody that was put in my position, they would have never made it. Da, da, da. Everybody got their own path of life, right? Everybody's going to go through some stuff where it's like, most people wouldn't, but it's like, I have to recognize that I am mentally stronger than others. And it's not to put anybody down, but it's just to recognize my own strength, right? Like, to be able not to fold in certain situations and still find the light of things and still thinking of the future and still having hope, right? Faith throughout everything is like, that showed me how much strength I've developed over the years, because I've never had that much faith before that. Like, I would fold into situations because I didn't have faith. I didn't have faith in myself. I had to learn to trust myself. I had to learn to be confident in every step that I take. Even if it's me physically walking into a store, I'm keeping my head up. I'm minding my business. I'm doing what I got to do to get in the store, and then I'm out. Right? And just being more confident and powerful and taking more action towards things and balancing out my feminine and masculine energy, because that's just who I am. I look at other people, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's such a girly girl. And at first I used to envy that, because I'm like, I want to be that. You know what I'm saying? That's who I thought I wanted to be, that real girly girl with the heels. And it's not me. I can't do that heel thing. I can't, walk around. I mean, my purse is like the only exception. Sometimes I don't want to wear a purse. I'd rather just, or I can't let go of my sneakers, but I like girliness at the same time. So I realized, okay, I'm both. I could dress girly and a little masculine at the same time, because I realized I'm healing my masculine and feminine energy, and I'm accepting both. You know what I'm saying? I could literally wear a dress with some sneakers. What did I do the other day? I wore like, I think this is the same shirt. I wore this shirt to work and some shorts and some nice little heels. They weren't too comfortable, but they were comfortable enough to go to work in. Right? So I did that. I'm dabbling into both. I've always been, in my makeup, and not necessarily pounds of makeup, but my little 1-2, y'all be seeing my little 1-2, I would never let that go. The little purse, for a pop of color and the aesthetic, right? I never let that go. So finding the balance within both and finding people that accept both within me, cause is at times I could be more tapped into my masculine side. And that's mainly when I'm chilling, right? Like you could easily tell with me sometimes. Or sometimes I'll be in like my real girly phase and, or both or whatever the case may be. But finding people that accept me for me. And during this retrograde, this is the one thing that was different was usually with the retrograde, it kind of like eliminates the fake and low vibrational energy within people as well. But this is the one time it was different was I've been cut that off, the temptation was there with people from my past trying to come back into my life now. Like I'm a whole different person from when they have met me or whatever the case may be. And usually the temptation would be like, oh, this is a comfort zone. Let me entertain this. But like I said, I unfold. So I stood on 10 toes and I didn't go back into the past and do some dumb ish and try to fall in temptation and mess up what I got going on now and da 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 da. It was not that type of mess. Usually it would be that type of mess, but it was not that type of mess, fake friends and all that. I don't got no fake friends around me. It just showed me who the real niggas are. Oops, language. It just showed me who the real people are in my life right now. Like, okay, we made it through the retrograde together. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know, okay? So it showed me who the real ones are. It didn't show me who the fake ones are this time. It showed me who the real ones are. So that was a big difference. And also strengthening those real relationships with the people that survived the retrograde with me. You know what I'm saying? I came out the retrograde and the relationships became stronger. So that was cool. It definitely had its balance to things. It's not all bad and scary and all type of shadow work. I mean, it gets deep, but once you kind of like pass that test, basically, it's a test, basically. You come out, with a little gift, a little blessing, a little leeway, you know what I'm saying? something to show you that there's greater things ahead, right? I believe we're out of it now. So I definitely feel the energy is lighter, number one. And number two, since I did not fold, thank you. Financially, I feel things getting up there. Relationships, I feel things is getting up there. Everything. So, yeah, taught me some lessons and how I need to definitely deal with some stuff. But it's been cool. I feel like I definitely have to update y'all on that because I don't talk about these things because, I lie. I talk about these things to a certain extent. What I definitely appreciate now too is that I have people to talk about these things with, and they're the closest people to me. So that's cool. I don't have to really put my business out there, but for YouTube's sake, I wanted to go a little bit more into like a summary, basically, of what has been going on, and another thing too, I didn't fold. I actually made 3 videos within the span of 2 weeks. That sounds kind of bad, but compared to my track record, that is way better. Given, the retrograde and everything, given all of that. I did pretty good. You know what I'm saying? We back at it. I just feel like that was a little bit more consistent too, and having more faith within the consistency and what I got to do for YouTube and work. And yeah, work ethic is definitely up there too. Period. So it definitely showed me a lot of things. Like, you need to let these go. It's time for better things. It's time to live. You know, I didn't go back into my depression and sulk. That would have been me folding. This time I really alchemized the energy. When I'm talking about, like, literally something bad happened to me at this moment, the next second I'm alchemizing the energy. I'm on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm saying affirmations. I'm journaling. I'm keeping a smile on my face. I'm not in my head so much. I'm being present. Like, all of these things really help me, especially being present. Because if I'm not present, I'm in my mind. When I'm in my mind, my anxiety starts to act up. When my anxiety starts to act up, girl, you're in a depressive state. And it's just like a repeated cycle. But no matter how many times, I definitely gave myself room to feel my emotions. I didn't neglect my emotions. I'll definitely say that. Like, I've cried. I've been angry. Like, I've been annoyed. I felt every emotion. And I feel like that's what really puts you in a depressive state, is because you're not feeling every emotion. You're putting it on the back burner and not dealing with it and just diving yourself into work or whatever. And then you wake up one day and you just feel depressed, right? I didn't want to do that this time. I was like, you know what? I'm going to feel out every emotion. Even if I'm crying in front of people, I'm going to feel this shit until it gets better, until I feel like that weight is lifted off of me. I'm not repressing my emotions anymore. So that one was a big one for me. Excuse me. And I was like, yeah, I could do this. You know, it definitely taught me that I could do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got it in the bag now. You done mastered this. You got it in the bag now. I don't feel like anything could disrupt what the hell I got going on now. You know what I'm saying? Can't fuck with me. Okay. Period. But that's that for the video. Thank you guys for tuning in. And let me know how your retrograde went. You know, if you don't want to comment, you could follow me on my socials. Hello. And you could DM me and we could, have a conversation about the stuff. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully. I had to put that out there, respectfully, because there's kind of like a boundary to it. Some people like to fully like trauma dump on it. And that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But I'd rather you say it in like a summary and what you learned from it, not trauma dumping. Then, I had that happen to me a couple of times, and then it's like, nah. Nah. But if you want to summarize it, tell me what you've been through and what you learned from it, and just have a cool, calm, collective conversation about that, then you're more than welcome to come in my DMs, right? Or comment, or whatever the case may be. Like, comment, subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000. That's the goal. And obviously I got to put in the work too. I got to meet y'all halfway. So I will continue to be consistent, even if it's some like filler video, or I don't know. We're going to work it out. But yeah, I will see you guys on the next episode.